This week I make the most delicious creation I have ever made using this mystery mold from my bulk haul of vintage pottery molds. Let's pour it up, tip it out, and open it up to see what's inside. I can't wait to see what you think of this week's creation.
Hello, my name is Shelby and I'm a potter. I found this bulk lot of slip casting molds and one by one I'm pouring them up to reveal whatever is inside and then finish it into an artwork. This is the Mystery Mold series, so let's see what's in today's episode.
It's time to open this one. Oh my gosh, I love those so much. They're tiny little fry pans. I instantly was like, I could put olives in them. I could put little olives in them. How cute are they? You could put little dips in them and put them with some crackers. Oh my goodness. I really love this for a side plate for charcuterie boards, but I'm also thinking, just to use it practically, I'm also thinking it could be so fun to play around with, like sculpting some little ceramic bacon and eggs and making these some really pretty wall hangings. Or really pretty wall hangings, probably some really funky wall hangings. Oh my gosh, they're really cool. I was not expecting, I don't even know what I was expecting, but I don't think I ever predicted to find something like this. Oh my gosh. How cool would that be on a wall? And you can have like a series of them in different foods, different breakfast foods. Oh my gosh. I really like that. I think I'll do some that are to use them for their function. So maybe do some like little flower details on here, some little illustrations, and color them up so that you can actually use them with a charcuterie board or a platter or a side dish. But I'm also thinking it would be so fabulous to try out this series of wall hangings. So I think that's what we're going to do this week. I think I really underplayed how excited I am to make some tiny little foods on these tiny little fry pans. I am ecstatic. I love mini things. I talk about this every time something mini comes up, but I feel like I'm a little kid playing with Play-Doh again. I mean, that's what my job is essentially, is playing with this moldable texture, but I am so excited to make fake little foods. I don't think I've made fake little foods before. Have I made fake little foods? I think I've talked about it a lot of times to make fake little foods, but I'm finally making fake little foods. How many times can I squeeze fake little foods in this one little voiceover? I start with my bacon and eggs because we cannot have little fry pans without some little bacon and eggs. I was actually very tempted by these. I've popped all the sculpting together and then all the painting together, but I was very tempted by the bacon and eggs to actually do them green eggs and ham. And I feel like, not to spoil it, but I'm spoiling it, I didn't do green eggs and ham. And I feel like I should have now, but I really like how striking the yellow egg yolks were. Like, they're really cool. So here is that. I wanted to do a variety of different breakfast foods and foods you'd probably cook up in a little fry pan. So I'm making some little waffles here and adding some little melted butter. I also did some spaghetti and meatballs. Now, I didn't do it, but I was thinking about the finished results. I'm just jumping all over the place here. I'm just really excited. This is what happens when I'm really excited about something I'm making. Is I was looking at the spaghetti meatballs and also a few of the other food creations, and I was thinking it would actually be really cool to try and figure out how to make a resin sauce. I didn't do it, but I feel like I want to do that. I still want to do that. I really liked how they were, but I want to ask you to have a look at the finished results and let me know, do you think they need like a resin sauce? Because the meatballs look really dry. Like, I was looking at them and going, they're making my mouth feel really dry right now. And I think that they need a sauce added to them, as well as the cinnamon scrolls. They need like the cream cheese icing, but I feel like it will look interesting to make that cream cheese icing. But also a few other things need like maple syrup. I'm really curious to know what you think of the finished results this week, whether I need to go in and make a resin sauce collection to add to my little fry pans. A lot of the foods I have done in the fry pans are
considered in the breakfast food category. Here I'm painting some tomatoes and mushrooms in case that was unclear, because on Sunday mornings I would always have a big breakfast with my family and we would grill up some tomatoes and mushrooms and have them on toast. I always loved it. I don't know why. It was just such a weird thing for a kid to like, because you would assume that I would like hash browns. But I never liked hash browns until I was much older. Like, I like hash browns now, but I never used to like them. I don't know why I'm sharing my thoughts on hash browns with you right now. I guess because they're being created on this. But I wanted to talk about what you have for breakfast, because it is a conversation we have in the studio. Every morning we have a conversation about what we have for breakfast. And I also, growing up, had an exchange student stay with us for 6 months. And it was so eye-opening to me, because I had grown up in an Australian culture where you either had Weet Bix with milk, cornflakes, or, you know, like a very plain cereal with a bit of milk, or you had toast with Vegemite. You were outcast if you had peanut butter, but you were still accepted. But it was toast with Vegemite through and through growing up. And when this exchange student came to stay with us, she was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is what you have for breakfast. She was like low-key judging us. And she said, on a Sunday morning, I'm going to do what is a typical spread in Sweden, what we usually have. And in that spread, she cut up a bunch of fruit, really basic, but it was like eye-opening to me as a kid. A bunch of fruit that was all sliced up. She did some croissants, and then she had like some cheeses and some meats that you could then build your own croissant. She made this spread, so it was kind of like, almost like a hotel buffet. I don't know if that is like a typical thing in Sweden, but it was really eye-opening to me to see that people had different foods. And so I'm actually curious as to what you had for breakfast. I know that was such a big hype and build up to ask you that question. But what is your typical breakfast go-to? I am actually so curious. I'm curious because what is typical for Australia might not be as typical for you. And I'm so curious, what's the normal breakfast where you are? Or maybe what's the thing that you go to? I am asking not just because I'm interested and want to learn things and read unexpected answers, but also for inspiration and ideas for future fry pans. So let me know below, because I definitely want to make some more of these. There were a few things on my food list that I didn't get around to making. I guess with this though, with the actual fry pans, is it kind of needs to be something that you cook. I guess with toast, I could put the toast on there, or do French toast. I didn't do French toast. But yeah, I'm really curious what you have so that I can get some cool groovy ideas. And coming back to something is, I was overthinking a little design of the painting of one of these, and I kept saying, I was just like, oh, I hope no one notices that. I'm just gonna explain it right now. Is with the sausages, they have grill marks on them. It's obviously on a skillet and there's no like grill lines on a skillet, and I just wanted to do that because the sausages looked a bit plain and a bit boring, and like they just look like red logs. So I added the grill marks because I know that you can buy some of the like sausages or Kranskis or chorizos, hot dogs. How many round shaped meat products can I think of that have the like pre-grilled line marks on them? So that's what we're going with, is that we bought them like that. Okay. I know that the skillet wouldn't leave that kind of mark on the sausages. I also did a couple of fry pans, skillets, fry pans. What's the difference between a fry pan and a skillet? Also did a couple with this like watercolory, smudgy design, and then I added these little illustrations of circles, rainbows, stars, flowers, leafy line things. I was just doing like a scribbly fun design. It's just meant to be like a soft little subtle design that you can put on your charcuterie board, because most of the designs are going to be covered when you put food in it. So yeah, these were the ones that I did to show off their servingware function without the food in them. so the ones that you can actually use on a charcuterie board. The other thing I wanted to mention is that because I wanted to sculpt all the skillets at once, you can see here that I'm dipping a fry pan into the glaze and then the pancakes, because the pancakes came off. So what happened here was, because I was sculpting them all in one sitting, I had poured up all the fry pan skillets and popped them in a damp box. And by the time I got to the last one, my last little fry pan had started drying out a little bit more. So when I was sculpting and adding onto it, the clay I was adding was wetter than the fry pan that I was adding it to. So what has happened is it didn't get a really nice cohesive join and bond. Like, everything is so precarious with pottery is that you need to make sure that it is like the perfect dampness for the perfect connection of the two pieces. So what happened is that baked off in the bisque firing, so I had a separate little pancake thing. It was still good, so I decided to do a little pottery hack, and you shouldn't do this, it's not the best, but because glaze melts, it turns to a glass and fuses things together. I popped glaze on the fry pan and then glaze on the bottom of the pancakes, and then just plonked it on top, hoping that the glaze would fuse them together, and you'll see in the glaze firing whether that hack worked.
It is time to open the kiln. We have our little fry pans inside, well, some of, so I'm excited to see how they went. I am a little bit nervous that the handles may have cracked as they bowed in the kiln. They were cracking a lot when I was making them, so fingers crossed they're okay, and also the weight of the food hasn't caused any cracking, but we'll see. The pancakes. Hopefully the pancakes have sticked. I did a little bit of a dodgy by using glaze, but we'll see if they sticked as well. Let's open it up and see. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. They look great. Oh my gosh, I love these little scribbly ones. They feel so watercolory and fun, which is what I wanted. But these foods are so vibrant and colorful and glorious. I'm really curious to know if those pancakes stuck with the glaze. I love these. I can't wait to hang these up. They look so cool. That's really cool. I'm going to show you close up because it's very oversaturated today, but they look really watercolory, very scribbly. I love it. They just feel like my brain. Just a scribbly, colourful mess. I really like the white scribbles. They kind of make it feel very like they're there. It's kind of like white tattoos. You like can see that they're there, but they're very subtle. Yeah, cool. I really like those. They're perfect for dip. Okay, I really want to check these pancakes. Did they stick? Have a vote right now. Do you think they stuck? I feel like they have. They stuck! Yes! Oh my gosh, that's the best. I'm so glad they stuck. Although I kind of put it in the wrong spot. But they stuck and I'm very happy. They are not coming off. The glaze has been the glue we needed to fuse our life back together. We are very happy. Love this look. Love the strawberries. Love the little bananas. That is really sweet. I love it. Our little prawnies. Groovy. Love them. They are so fun. I love the vibrancy of the red against the yellow. That was a really good choice. That's so cool. Our tomatoes and mushrooms. I like that a lot. That's a lot of fun too. The little wedges are so cute. I also love the little airy fairy mushrooms. They're fun. And then we've got our hash browns, beans, and sausages. I love those. That's cool. I can't see any cracking or warping or anything on these. It looks like they did okay in the firing. I can't wait to see the rest of them and how they come out. Very happy with that.
I did fire these ones in a separate kiln load just because the way it worked out for the firings was better to space them out. So here is the finished results of the other fry pans. And here they all are. They have exceeded my expectations on what they were going to look like. I love these to bits. I am so excited to make more of these, and I just want a whole food series. This was so much fun, and I just haven't had this much fun. I think I'm going to make making mini foods my personality trait now, because these were just absolutely worth it. And yeah, of course, the pancake hack worked, the pancake hack, the glazing hack for the pancakes worked. Here is a look at those painterly ones, and just an FYI, I did use my finger to get that watercolor effect. There was no other tool that I felt would give that same effect. I am thoroughly impressed with the results this week, and I'm so excited to read the comments to see your food suggestions, because I definitely need to make more of these. Thank you so much again for watching another one of my mystery mold reveals. Here is a little sneak peek for next week, another one that I'm just so excited and itching for you to see. I'll see you then.